Good morning. It's day 17 now. I feel good today. Yesterday was a rough day, but today, no, just normal. So, it goes to show you that a lot of it is just kind of in your head, and the majority of what you need to overcome is literally just mental. There's nothing wrong with me. I wasn't, I'm cold, but that's all winter long. It was just weakness. So defeating that. Moving forward, I feel good about yesterday, and today, just another day. So we're going to get started. We're going to do some silence meditation, and we'll start the morning that way. All right. Well, I tell you what, meditation has got to be easier when you don't have a cold. Focusing on your breathing and all you're doing is sniffling kind of stinks. Getting up, blowing your nose, stuff like that, kind of ruins it a little bit. But anyway, just doing what I can, regardless of what's going on. So anyway, we're going to move on to visualization. No, affirmations are next. What am I doing? Losing my mind here. Okay. I am full of energy, and I'm using that energy to build my body and mind anew to the best possible shape and condition it can be. The strides I am taking in my life are bringing me to my best possible level of health without the need for medication. The mastery I develop over my health and fitness will directly influence the success I will achieve in all aspects of my life. Alright, now the visualization. I'm jumping the gun. Apparently I don't know how an acronym works. One letter after another. But anyway, under 300 pounds. A bit closer this week. Dropped another 4 pounds. Was that 2 days ago now? So yeah, it took me years to get to where I am. It's going to take a little bit of time to get where I want to go. So got to keep that in mind. But yeah, 4 pounds a week, that would be comfortable. 4 pounds a week, it would take me a couple months, but I could be at my goal. So anyway, under 300 pounds. Yeah, I got some big plans as far as what I want to do once it's warm enough. Do different hiking, do different outside exercises, things like that. And, getting to that 300-pound milestone, that's just going to make all of that easier. So it's a compounding effect. The more weight I get, the easier it gets to lose weight. So it's going to happen. Just got to put in the work. The miracle morning every day for 365 days and 365 videos made. The big thing with that is just overcoming days like yesterday and knowing that days like today are going to be easier. You just gotta put your head down through the tough times and enjoy it when it's not so tough. So one of the main driving forces behind why I wanted to make these videos and to do the miracle morning and everything like that is because I have these goals that I want to hit, and they're not new. I've been wanting to do these for a long time now. The main thing being is I never had a plan to follow in order to do it, so I was kind of just thinking about it, not taking action. So the miracle morning gave me an outlet, how to take action, how to get what I want out of it, and to actually pursue my goals. And then the videos, one of the big thing about those was over the last 10 years I haven't had a lot of pictures or video or anything that of myself. I don't take pictures, selfies, things like that. So the last 10 years, there's not a lot of documentation of me. Mostly because as you gain weight, you don't want to be photographed. You're embarrassed. If somebody tags you in a photo, you untag yourself because you don't want to see yourself. So these are kind of a way of making me face that. Something like that, something that I'm shying away from. That just makes things worse. Being able to look it in the face and say, there's a reason I don't like seeing myself like this, and I can fix that. But in order to get to where I want to go, I got to see where I'm at. So that was a big part of this, just because I can't hide from it. I'm gonna make it as public as possible. So I have that motivation to really change it all. But anyway, 400-pound bench press, 600-pound squat. Yeah, I chose those because they're good weights. They're above average, right? Which is something that we all strive to be. We don't want to just be middling. We want to have that high degree of fitness if we can. And it's a nice number, but mostly it's because it's somewhere that I've been before. I want to get back to that, and that would kind of really solidify that. I've taken gains and I've kind of got over the hump that I've been in for the last while. So that's kind of why I chose those weights. But anyway, zero medication. Yep, zero medication. That's one. It's easy to visualize. One thing that I really hate about having medication that I have is anxiety medication, for one. If you go somewhere without your anxiety medication, you get anxious because you don't have it, because you think that if you don't have it, you're going to have, an anxiety issue and not be able to take it. So that causes anxiety. It's a cycle. I hate it just so much. I don't want to be taking it anymore. So that's a big motivation for me. Is just get off of all this stuff. I don't need it. So write a book and release a text-based game. What I've noticed with the writing is once you actually start writing, you start to have ideas. It kind of opens that door in your mind, so to speak. So things start to come in that trigger other ideas, and it's an awesome feeling. But when you're not writing, that door is kind of shut, right? So it's hard to get going. But once you get going, it's easy to continue, just because you have just a flood of ideas, because you're thinking in that world, in that sense. So that's the biggest thing, is getting started with it, and just setting a plan up. That's what this whole thing is about. I said earlier, just putting a plan together and doing it. It doesn't have to be the best plan. You can augment it as time goes on. You can change things to optimize what you're doing, but just getting started on something. But anyway, success at work. At work, just putting in more effort, doing the things I know I'm supposed to be doing. Getting the rewards from it. That's the idea there, is just find the best optimal way of doing it and focus on that. The 80-20 rule says that 80% of your contribution to your work is done by 20% of your actions. So finding those 20%, if you have 10 actions, there's 2 things that you need to focus on first and foremost. And Eat That Frog was really great about, explaining that. And if you can get your biggest results from 20% of your actions, focus on those first. And then once those are completed and, done well, then deal with the little stuff. Don't let that slow you down. Don't procrastinate on the big stuff, because that's where the majority of your work's done. So, 50 self-development books read. It's easy to visualize one when I'm actually talking about another one. I can already see how it's changing the way that I view the world and the actions that I take on a day-to-day basis. So I can only imagine 50 of them, and how many more ideas that are going to come from that. The book I'm reading now, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, one of the big things is know what you want. Have a goal. Know the destination. And then the rest is kind of just secondary. You just have to put in the effort at that point. When you know what you want to do, you can achieve different things. So anyway, speaking of that, I am going to read some more Think and Grow Rich. So we will do that, and I'll check back in after I read for about 20 minutes. All right. Sitting here trying to read, and this is what I'm dealing with. Hey. What's up? Yep. That was pathetic. Alright, I'm gonna go back to reading. You just hang out, okay? Weirdo. Alright. Well, it's a good read so far today. I'm gonna make a couple notes, and then I'm gonna head over and start working out. So see you over there. Hey folks. Oh.